Hey everybody, it's been a couple weeks, so I figured I'd shoot another video and kind of show you where we're at. It got real on Thursday when a box truck showed up with 44 boxes when our cabinets arrived, and they're now sitting in our garage, and I'll show them to you here in a minute. Just an update on the project. So the project's actually ahead of schedule right now, which is kind of shocking. The cabinets showed up right on time, and originally they told us that they'd come and unbox them to make sure they were all there and there's no damage. And then about a week later, they would come and actually install them. But instead, they're actually coming tomorrow, Monday, to unbox them, and they're actually going to start installing them tomorrow. And whatever they don't get done, they're going to come back on Wednesday and finish. So the timeline moved up probably about a week, which was good for the whole project. But Christine and I are probably about a week behind on the stuff we wanted to get done. So in the last video, I told you that Chris was going to come back the following Saturday and help finish the demo and also build out some walls and do some other stuff. But he ended up in the hospital last Friday for an emergency surgery. He's fine now. He's going back to work tomorrow. But he obviously wasn't able to come last Saturday after having surgery on Friday. So I basically spent all last weekend doing the stuff that I was hoping he could do with his construction experience. And I'll show that to you too once we go in the house. But, you know, building out that fireplace wall. There's another wall we had to take out and redo. Finish demoing the laundry room. Christine and I actually did that yesterday morning. So we got pushed back on all our painting and priming because I was spending all that time doing that stuff that I was hoping to have help with. It was fine. It was actually fun doing it, and it's, you know, it feels good to accomplish that stuff. So I didn't mind doing it, and it was kind of cool to see the finished product. But yeah, it just put Christine and I behind about a week or so. But we're ready for the install tomorrow. We've finished prepping the kitchen area and the laundry room. You know, we did the painting in those rooms, got that done, so they can do the install no problem. And then we'll be ready to go. Chris is actually going to come later this week and help us with one thing, and then we'll probably have him back in a couple weeks to put the flooring down. So, you know, we're still ahead of schedule, but it's just put a little bit more strain. You know, Christine and I probably worked a lot more this weekend than we had planned to do originally. So that's an update on the project. So I'll show you what's happening. But first I'm going to show you what a kitchen in a box looks like. So I'll flip this around. Let me adjust the... Okay. So there is the kitchen. So 45 boxes. Some are bigger, some are smaller. You know, like this ginormous one here on the end. That is our double oven cabinet. So huge. And then a lot of these little boxes are the crown molding that go around, but you can see it goes all the way back here. So that's all those boxes. And then we have other stuff in here too, like our fireplaces down there. That's our vanity, bathroom vanity. Down there, I think that's our sink. So we have all kinds of stuff stored in here. That's made it, you know, we have a huge garage, 3-stall garage, and all these boxes and stuff take up, you know, almost half. You know, there's our new toilet. That's actually our washer and dryer right there that we uninstalled yesterday. And then before we go in the house, I'll just show you the dumpster, what that looks like, almost full. So yeah, out in the driveway, it's 6 feet tall and 20 feet long, and then I think it's 10 feet wide. So, and it's pretty full already. There's not much else we have to put in there. Hoping that the cabinet people take all the boxes and packaging that's inside all those boxes, but even that extra carpet, that was stuff that was left over from the old owners. So it's pretty full already. So, all right, we'll go back in the house and I'll show you kind of where we're at in there. All right, so here I'm in the laundry room. So it does have 2 coats of paint, like I said. We just demoed this on Saturday, yesterday, and then today we primed last night, so we had to prime all the walls. And then we did 2 coats of paint, one this morning and then one this afternoon. So you can see our doors are black now. Christine painted those over the last couple weeks. You know, once the white trims around them, you can kind of imagine what those are going to look like. So this is ready to go. All they're doing is the one cabinet here, and then they're doing 2 uppers up here. So when we're actually going to install them a little bit higher, because with our old one, our washer lid would hit the cabinet, so we're actually going to start them a little higher so we have that clearance and hopefully be able to push them back a couple more inches. And then here we are in the main floor. So it looks a lot similar to the video I shot last time. You know, it does have the 2 coats of paint where it needs to be, but the plumbers have been here. They had to move the drain from here to here because we did flip-flop where our kitchen is, or where our sink and dishwasher are. And then the electricians have been here too, put in the new lines for the range hood, for the cooktop, for the double oven. And then the plumbers moved the water line over here for the fridge. So it's ready to go for tomorrow. Couple other things. We never realized how big these windows were. We took down our big wood blinds a couple weeks ago and we're just like, wow, those are big windows with a nice view. But those wood blinds that we had, we pretty much just left them closed most of the time. We would maybe open them with the, you know, the drop down thing to get some light in here if we wanted to, but they were so heavy and cumbersome to put up and down. We mostly left them down all the time. So I'm pretty excited. I want to do just like a big drape across there that we can just open all the way and just, you know, flood this room with light and stuff like that. So I don't know what the boss thinks about that, but I kind of like that idea. Here's that little wall that we ended up building, or I did, since Chris wasn't here. It had the spindles like this before and then the lookout, but we just wanted we're gonna get rid of the spindles eventually anyway, so we're like, let's just get rid of that wall. We still like that look through, pass through thing, because you can kind of poke your head down there and talk to people downstairs, or, you know, like our deck furniture pillows, we can just kind of put through there when we want to put them away for the season. So Christine and I built this wall. I was gonna mud it and tape it myself, but then I got scared. I'm like, if I screw this up, then she's never gonna forgive me. So we decided to just wait on that, and then yeah, Chris is gonna come and mud and tape that later this week and take care of that. Over here in the fireplace, so last video was just kind of open. So I built the box frame for the fireplace and then just put Frankenstein pieces of sheetrock around it. I just bought some remnants at Menards and just kind of piecemealed in what needed to be there. This white sheet though, this was back behind when we demoed. The builders left it in there as kind of just leftover trash that they didn't want to bring out. So I figured I at least might as well incorporate one piece from the old house in there. And then it's ready to go. That was the exhaust. So we put a bunch of stuff in there. Can't think of the word, but you know, the stuff to keep the cold air out and the moisture. And then we just that's actually one of the cabinet doors from the laundry room that I just screwed over the top. And then it's got electrical in there for the fireplace. Then we have electrical that's gonna run up here. This is gonna be our power for our TV and stuff like that. It's gonna be recessed, so it won't stick out or anything. Oh yeah, down there I bought a Sunday paper a couple weeks ago and I put it in there as kind of the time capsule if someone finds that 10 years from now when the fireplace dies, or 20 years from now and someone wants to redo it again, then there's a little time capsule piece for them. About the only other thing that's quite different is our front door is black now. I had said we'd kind of struggled with how we were going to game plan the door. Were we going to do all black, or were we going to do, since we're going to have white trim, were we going to do these pieces in white? But we decided just to do it all black because it was just the easiest thing to do and it looks really, really sharp. Other than that, other rooms are pretty much the same. They're all primed now and ready to go. This closet, I actually did one coat of paint just to use up a can this afternoon. But everything's ready to go for tomorrow when the install happens or starts happening. So it's going to be another busy week with, we got to have the plumbers here when the cabinet people are here, the electricians to come to finish this stuff out. And then getting our cabinets in here is huge because that means we can start putting flooring down. So we actually ordered the flooring. We hadn't ordered it yet. And it's not going to be here for about a week and a half, but that's fine. That'll give us time we want to paint before any flooring goes down, so we don't have to worry about any drips or anything like that. So that'll give us plenty of time to go ahead and finish painting all the stuff, get that wall in the corner mudded, taped, painted, and ready to go. So then we can be totally done painting before any flooring goes in. So that's where we're at. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.